By the way, the Warriors, Stephen Curry, he's not laying stinkers. 16 points in the first quarter.
He's amazing.
Third time this year he's dropped at least 16 in a quarter. He had 20 in the first half. Fourth time this season Steph Curry has had a 20-point half. He just won Western Conference Player of the Week. Second straight game, he's hit at least 7 threes in a game. He hit 7 last night, 7-17. Every single game this season, Stephen Curry has made at least 4 threes. That's an NBA record. He just broke his own record for most threes to start a season in a game for at least four made threes in a game. 4 made threes in a game. At least 4 made threes in a game in every single game to start the season. Steph Curry's done that 8 straight games in which he's made at least 4 threes or more.
That's impressive. But whenever we get into like the weeds of those kinds of stats, it is impressive. I'm not trying to diminish it. Like A.J. Brown has a 125-yard consecutive receiving yard streak. It's a little nuanced, and so it's tough to roll off the tongue.
Right. So, I mean, it's a lot of things going on out there with Stephen Curry. I mean, he's breaking records left and right. He's playing at an all-time level. His mind has met his physical. He can do no wrong. And again, we were talking last Friday, appreciate his greatness, right? And I think some people get bored with his greatness. The pump fake 3 in the corner in the fourth quarter.
God.
I mean, who does that?
Bonte, I had to watch.
He makes it look easy.
I love watching the fourth quarter back, especially in the tight games, just to like see where we're at and, get a feel for it. And I'm just like, you and I are in the green room, and I'm like, some of these shots, I don't think we realize how incredible they are. Incredible.
And so then you get that with Chris Paul, who finally had the shot rolling. 6 of 9, 2 threes, 17, 6 and 5 off the bench. And we're going to get into a conversation a little later about Andrew Wiggins. He wasn't in that closing lineup again last night.
I don't think he deserved it yesterday.
No, he doesn't deserve it right now. And we'll get to Andrew Wiggins. I mean, if we all know Andrew Wiggins, he goes through these spells. He goes through these slumps.
Well, I would like to make a little statement here, and I would love to hear from people. Like, everybody wants to be firing on all cylinders early on. We've just seen this with the Niners. They were firing on all cylinders.
Right.
And they're 5-0. And Bonte, you kept saying, I don't want to be the team that wins the Super Bowl October, whatever, 7th or whatever.
Right.
Like, it's about clicking toward the end of the year and obviously being healthy and all those things. Isn't it a good thing? Now, optimally, you'd like everyone to be humming, but also knowing how sports works.
Right.
If I told you you're 6-2, Wiggins is going to be on a milk carton, and Chris Paul's going to be shooting maybe the poorest stretch of basketball in his entire career, wouldn't you sign up for that?
Absolutely. You're still winning games and stacking wins. So, again, you don't want to peak too early. You want to build towards it.
Exactly.
This is about getting Kuminga ready for April. This is about getting Moody ready for April. This is about managing Klay Thompson's minutes and making sure that he's firing on all cylinders when you need him. Steph is going to be Steph. Draymond looks like he's getting in phenomenal shape, and he's moving around very well on both ends of the floor.
Dray looks very good.
Draymond looks very good. Hey, look, he told us before the year, it's the most important season of my life.
I
know we're laughing at it.
No, it's just.
But
so
you know
funny.
what? It is the most important year for him. You know why? Because one, he needs to prove that he's worth the new contract. Number 2, he knows deep down inside, last year went awry, mostly due to what he did in training camp.
I'm going to be honest with you. Draymond is very introspective. I actually think that he believes he was in the right for whatever people think.
Right.
I think that he believes in his heart because I've lived and some would say I am that person. I understand stubbornness. Shout out to my dad. And I will say this right now.
Wow.
In Draymond's mind, I don't think he's done anything wrong in that situation.
Pa's supposed to be feeling good. You're already running him over? It's been a while.
Well, I'm going to go see him this afternoon. He's doing a lot better.
That's good. Is he walking around?
Yeah.
Is he
He's
chirping?
doing a lot better.
Has he been out of the house yet?
Yeah, a couple times.
Is he dying to get back on the golf course?
Yeah, absolutely. He's healing up real well.
Has he seen Grandpa Shasky?
I've been running a lot of grandpa stuff. I've been playing, extendo, giving him lasagnas and chicken and different things like that. In fact, I got to pick up a bunch of my, what are those, Tupperwares? Those glass Tupperwares?
Yeah,
the best place to get Tupperwares, just so you know, they're very cheap and inexpensive and high quality. IKEA.
I try to avoid IKEA. I love IKEA, but I try to avoid it.
You got to go first thing in the morning on a weekday.
Yeah.
I know it's tough.
That's tough. It's a little tough. Chris Paul leading his bench unit. And his bench unit last year, they struggled. Obviously, they struggled to sustain leads. Mm-hmm. They struggled to extend leads. They struggled It was tough for them not to blow a lead. And last year, they outscored the opposing bench by 2 points a game, 2.5 points a game, 37.7 and 35.2. This year, the bench has outscored opponents by 13 points. In totality, it's 107 points the bench is outscoring the opposing bench by. So you're getting great minutes from CP3. You're getting great minutes from Dario Saric. You're getting very good minutes from Jonathan Kuminga. You're getting very good minutes from Moses Moody. And you're getting a very, very good GP2, Gary Payton II. Feels like we run his highlight package every night on the postgame show, and it's GP2 still in the highlight with a dunk, an alley-oop dunk, a breakaway dunk. GP2's playing at a very high level, and you see him playing in that closing lineup down the stretch.
I feel like GP2 and Moses Moody are giving me all the hustle plays this team desperately needed last year.
Right.
Right? And so I'm looking at two glue guys who you'll look at their stat sheet and it doesn't pop off the page, but every time I watch them play, they're making 3, 4, 5 hustle plays, tips, dives, dunks, dives, rebounds, steals. They just do so many little things so well.
No, they do. They do. Moody had a great save that led to a GP2 dunk. Kuminga had a good finish. This bench unit, pardon me, you look at what they did last night. You know, you get the 6 from GP2. You get the 12 from Sarts. That's 18. You get the 17 from CP3. That's 35. The 4 from Moody. That's 39. You get 49 points from the bench last night. 49 points. And I know the Pistons was shorthanded, and they look like a G League team. But when you outscore a bench 49 to 24, you're plus 25 there. You're plus 20 when it comes to points in the paint.
Mm-hmm.
You're plus 16 when it comes to second chance points. I mean, those are winning categories. Those are winning stats. And the Pistons shot the ball well. Actually shot 47% from the floor last night. Kay Cunningham getting to the rack. Killian Hayes shooting the 3-ball well. He was balling yesterday.
I mean, the
Warriors are winning. The Thompson kid, Sir Thompson.
Shoot.
Yeah, he's going to get there, though.
He is an athlete. He had a putback dunk where I was like, oh, boy.
Yeah, no, 16-7. Look, the Twins are good.
They're a year away from being a year away.
Right.
All right? But I'm telling you right now, we missed Ivy in that game. Ivy's a very good player.
Yep.
Kate Cunningham, he's special.
And you missed Duran.
Yeah.
And you missed Duran. So the Warriors got a break there with some injuries there. 888-957-9570. Let's talk about the good. The good is Steph Curry and Chris Paul. The bad right now is Andrew Wiggins.
So here's the problem with Andrew Wiggins. It's not necessarily like the data. You look at the stats and you're like, oh, my God, he 4 points. What did he have, 4 points yesterday?
4 points, 6 rebounds.
So to me, it's the eyeball test. Right now, I'm just not seeing a guy engaged.
No.
And now, by nature, he's always felt like a guy who's kind of like in his own world. And you know, we all know different people like that in our lives where they march to their own beat. But he looks like a player offensively that doesn't feel connected to the rest of the team.
Doesn't.
He looks like a player defensively who gives me effort in spurts. And so right now, like, I hate questioning professional athletes' effort level or their engagement level. I feel like it's so unfair for us to get inside their minds. But right now, given everything that happened last year, and then you roll into this year, there's a red flag. It's not the end of the world. I'm not going to run him out of town. But right now, he does not deserve to start, to finish games. No. He can start here and there, and that's going to have a runway. He's got to get it going, though, B.
Well, like I said yesterday, let's get 15 games into the season.
For sure.
And let's reevaluate this situation. Now, are we going to trade him right now? It's too premature for that. Let's not be ridiculous. Every time somebody struggles, we want to trade the guy, we want to bench him, we want to cut him. Let's calm down for a second.
But I would credit Steve Kerr because we use the bench word flippantly.
Right.
He has sat him in more fourth quarter situations than I thought rolling into the year.
That's where I was going to go to, Shasky. Listen, Steve Kerr told us everybody was worried about the starters and everybody's got their starters. Chris Paul's coming off the bench. I said this. As soon as Chris Paul was traded, it's about who's finishing games and who's going to deserve minutes. Now, Wiggins told Anthony Slater, who we had on last week, and he'll join us on Wednesday. I believe he'll join us tomorrow, previewing the Denver Nuggets game. But he said it too, and it was in his article a couple weeks ago. Wiggins knows, I got to play better. But as long as we're winning and I'm not closing games, it's all good. It's all about winning games. So he has the right mentality when it comes to that. But Steve Kerr told us, I'm going by feel. I'm going by the flow of the game. And right now, the Florida game is telling you that GP2, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, obviously, Chris Paul, Draymond Green, and last night it was Kevon Looney finishing that game. Sometimes it's Moses Moody. We've seen Jonathan Kuminga. Right now, Andrew Wiggins does not deserve to finish the game, but We're 8 games in.
Yes.
I'm not trading anybody off this roster 8 games in. Now, down the line, if the slump continues and we get around the All-Star break and you need something else, maybe some size, maybe some speed, then maybe you have a conversation because he does have a tradable contract. But you are getting a bargain. But right now, we're not trading anybody. Let him try to play through the slump. Let him get his rhythm. Let's see what's happening here. Let's reevaluate the situation at 15 games. But I'm not benching, cutting, or trading Andrew Wiggins right now.
I mean, again, benching means he'll never play again, but that's not how the NBA works. Like, right now, he is being benched in the fourth quarters.
Yeah.
More times than not, right? I mean, am I overstating that?
No, he's getting benched in the fourth quarter.
He's getting benched in the fourth quarter.
He's not playing minutes out there.
And quite honestly, they're winning. They're executing in the half court. They're not missing him much. He does need to get it going.
He's got to get it going.
No one's trading him off the planet. I will say this, B. His stock with Warrior fans was at an all-time high coming off that championship. Well, boy, he's evaporating a lot of the goodwill from this fan base because we don't even know what happened last year.
You know what?
To me, it's the effort this year. Forget last year.
Look, I love the fans, but those fans who you say are turning on Andrew Wiggins?
I wouldn't say turning. It's
scapegoating
the
him.
Goodwill that he was built up is slowly starting to evaporate.
Well, you know what? I saw some of these fans turn on Klay Thompson, so I don't really give a damn about those fans who are turning on Andrew Wiggins. Honest to God, I don't care. Okay. Just watch the game. Now, we could all say he's struggling right now, mightily.
Oh,
now, I saw at times yesterday
you would admit it.
He engaged a little bit with Cade Cunningham. I saw at times in the second half he tried to get involved and get going there. But look, man, he's struggling a little bit. There's no doubt, and we're going to monitor that. But he played 21 minutes and he didn't kill you, and you won by 11. You won by 11.
I know, but for a guy making what he's making, you're just not getting we expected that to be a bargain deal because he's taking $10 million less. And right now, for a 20-something million player to not close games, it's not the worst thing in the world because he's not making 40, 50 million. But at the same time, if they want to go where they want to go,
they need Andrew
I thought
Wiggins.
that he was going to have to be a big factor in that.
Well, he is going to have to be a big factor. You're struggling pulling away from the Detroit Pistons. This is a glorified G League team right now.
Well, it was on the back end of a back-to-back.
They played a back-to-back too.
I know. Well, they're a young team.
They should have had the fresher legs.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
It's a back-to-back, and they hosted the Phoenix Suns at home on Sunday. The Warriors were the ones who had to get on a plane, get on the tarmac, get on the plane, fly to Detroit, get off the plane, go to a hotel room, check out again. The Warriors are the team that's playing their 8th game in 8 cities.
Well, no, that's who I was giving the credit to.
No, I'm saying Detroit. There's no excuses for Detroit.
Oh, yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
They were at home. They didn't have to travel. They were at home playing the 12 o'clock game against Phoenix. Warriors had to play at 3 o'clock in Cleveland.
Well, I just look at it this way. I'm not sure Kuminga's done enough right now to seize any job or whatever. It's just too early. But he's taking advantage of the extra minutes. He's scoring in the fourth quarter at the block. He's doing a lot of little things. It's not perfect right now from Jonathan Kuminga. But right now, I think Jonathan's doing many more contributable things than he is a net negative. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. But
I feel like he's taking advantage of this.
He is, but even he struggles to start. His second halves are a lot better than his first half. So right now, I wouldn't touch anything.
No,
I like where the second unit is at. Chris Paul gets the best out of Moody, gets the best out of Kuminga, he gets the best out of Dario Saric, and he gets the best out of GP2 with that second unit. Let the second unit continue to cook. Let them continue to mesh and build together. I have no problem with again, who cares who starts? Who cares who comes off the bench? To me, it's about winning time.
Do you think Wiggins
Who's in the game and winning time?
Do you think Wiggins cares?
About starting or coming off the bench?
Closing.
Absolutely. But he knows he needs to play better.
Did he address? He wasn't at the podium last night, was he?
No. Why would he be? He went 2 for 9 for 4 points.
Well, he's one of the
Wiggins podium game.
I know. I'm just
Curry.
Curious.
It's Draymond. He likes to talk. Klay doesn't like to talk. Wiggins doesn't like to talk. Looney, he'll talk, but he doesn't really like to talk.
He's
Chris Paul, he'll like